Hi guys, welcome to I'm Destiny Calling Tarot. Libra, welcome to your weekly reading. This reading is covering the time frame of February the 2nd through February 8th. Alright, let's go ahead, get started. We're going to get into the Libra energies. So this is a general reading. This is a general reading for the Libra collective. Excuse me. So this will be a reading where some people might resonate with specific messages and others may not. Keep that in mind, that if the messages are not resonating, don't try to force them. It simply means those particular messages weren't meant for you, and that's okay. Dates as well. You may notice certain things resonating a few days or weeks before these specific dates and maybe even after. So they're really just general guidelines here in the reading. All right, we're going to get started with our Energy Oracle card. I'm going to need to take a few extra breaths in between cards. Just kind of still recuperating here from a little bit of a chest cold. All right. I'm going to take a deep breath. Let out all the negative energies. Bring in all the positive vibes. All right, we're just going to clear our mind of thoughts and worry. I'm going to ask that Spirit please come and assist us. Please provide a message for Libra. What message did you want to come forward for Libra during the time frame of February the 2nd through February 8th? What message can you send forward for Libra? We're really only looking for just one message here. And there it is. So, your card came out as the Blade. Alright, so I'm going to read directly from the book for this specific card. This is somewhat of a new deck to me. Get the details on that. Bear with me for just another moment, and all right, here it is. So this card, it says, the blade represents a sharpness of mind, body, and spirit. Pointing upward, it summons the power of heaven. When aimed down to the ground, it anchors the powers of heaven on earth. The blade can be a healing tool or a weapon. Wield it wisely and it will transmit power and bestow initiations, cut energetic cords from the past, or sever toxic relationships. Use it with anger and it will slash, stab, and kill. You are invited to draw your blade and use it. It is not auspicious to hesitate, to waste time in idle talk, or to hide from the inevitable. Heaven and earth are aligned to support you in claiming your power. So take decisive action, overcome your fear of hurting others, unsheath the blade, and use it wisely. It's time to put the sword and place it back in the scabbard Do not offer your blade in service to toxic emotions. You will be faced with an even more disagreeable future with the people or situations you are attempting to banish. Put the blade to rest until your inner fire has mellowed. The use of your blade will be impeccable intention to cut the energetic cords that are tying you to the drama at hand. Set yourself free. So overall, what I am feeling here for you, Libra, with this card, overall energies, really are you allowing yourself to cut those energetic cords with any toxic individuals in your life at this time. Really trying to prevent any drama from being around you, coming into your life. Just beautiful. Okay. I hope everyone is feeling well in this new month of February. The year has already flown by for the month of January. Spirit, what additional messages would you like to have come forward for Libra? You have the Devil card, which appeared. So I do feel that you're being lured, obviously tempted into some situation that you're having a hard time passing up or being involved in, but I do feel with the blade as the overall energy here in the reading, you do have the tools really at this time to cut things out of your life that are no longer serving you. So I think overall, for your own sanity at this time, I do think that you're going to have support backing you up at this time, really to, I think that's all for the cards right now. You're really going to have the support right now to resist any temptations that are really coming your way. Okay, let's take a look and see what we have. Three of Wands. This is really interesting. This card represents really asking yourself here, have you lost your direction? Libra, do you know where you're headed? Do you feel deep down to your core you have everything figured out and no need to make long-term plans, or that you've made the necessary sacrifices? Have you avoided cutting corners? These are all questions that come up with this card. I do feel if you're having patience at this time, that things are looking good for you at this time. You need to have trust at this time. You need to step out into the great unknown. Be okay with not having all the answers, and allow yourself to really just go with the flow and know and trust that you are supported. I really do feel here with this, you are on the right path. Next card, Five of Wands. So this could very much be you honoring differences. So if there is someone that you are maybe in somewhat of conflict with, there's someone who really wants to just bring chaos to your life, somebody who is struggling on their own and really doesn't know how to handle it, so they kind of project it towards you, and it's their way of really, it's a cop out if you ask me. But really, what's happening here is you're allowing yourself to kind of stop the mentality and belief that when this situation comes up, this person maybe in your past could have been seen as a competitor or a rival to you in some way. I think you're letting that belief system go because you're no longer getting involved in the situation out of the need to feel that you're competing with them. You're really just turning a blind eye, looking the other way, understanding that I've tried that in the past, it hasn't worked out for me, so let's try something different. Let's try something new. So that's really a great sign for you here. All right, next card. It is the Six of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Oh, that was a light that just fell over. That was kind of creepy. All right, we're going to keep going. I'm just glad it didn't break. Okay, so this card is a surprise that is coming your way. And based on what just happened, it might be somewhat shocking. Definitely feeling it is positive. I'm going to try to go a little bit further and see if we can get details on that in particular here. Two of Swords. What this generally does represent is kind of in a stalemate energy here. This is a little bit of uncertainty on your part. You're not really living in what you feel is a black and white area. You're kind of feeling at this time that you're in all of the different shades of gray, if that makes sense. I'm hearing an eye for an eye. So that is an indication that somebody definitely needs to hear this specific message. It's likely getting the feeling that it is, there's some resentment here in some form. And I think Spirit really is coming to you at this time. Keep your eyes wide open because really they are trying to communicate with you that this has not worked for you in the past, Libra. You need to try something different to get a different result. That's a really big message. You're really making choices today and planting seeds today that are going to really create your future. And, you know, if you're going to have an abundant harvest in the future, really you have control over that today. All of the control is in your hands. Another thing here that I'm kind of hearing. I'm hearing there really is no need to rush forward right now. And the reason why is because you're going to want to wait for the answers to come to you. The answers that come to you, which will end up being for the highest good of all. And the way these particular messages can come through to you is when you're remaining in a peaceful state of mind. All right, next card. Three of Cups. This is possibly a need to have fun. So you're really, I'm seeing a lot of this coming up right now. People are really, things feel like they've been serious for some time in the collective, and really just generally stressful energies, really just not pleasant, right? So I'm feeling at this time, especially with the change in decades, new year, 2020 here and now, people really are being called to have more fun. We are here day by day. We only have so many days left here on this planet. So you're really, you don't want to look back in 10 years, 20 years and regret having missed out on enjoying the journey. Because it's really not about the destination, it's about the journey to get to the destination. So I do feel there could be some celebrations here. There could be enjoying your community. There could be, I'm just hearing team spirit is a really big message. Working on common goals and just overall friendship here. So this might actually have something to do with some form of surprise that could be coming your way. So if you're maybe receiving a surprise party, it could be an anniversary or a housewarming, or it could just be something along those lines, which is a surprise party. And right up next we have the Devil card. So like I said, you definitely have the temptation here. It's showing up, it's right in your face. So like I said, you do have the energies here to fight off any temptations. Overall, you need to ask yourself, am I willing to very short term seek pleasure and really long term make a huge catastrophe for myself? That's a really, really big message for some people. It's just an energy here of really wanting to kind of change your perspective and your old beliefs. Learn to laugh more just at life in general. You know, we're all connected. We all share so many commonalities where we go through situations. We're never the only person in the entire world going through this particular problem that we're fighting head on right now in our life, right? That's why we're all connected in a way. There's always someone out in the world who can relate to us on our level. So really allowing yourself to see that big picture, hopefully it would allow you to kind of come into the mindset of just being more in the ebb and flow of things and really looking around, focusing on the fact that you're traveling on the journey and you're not necessarily focusing only on the destination. You're focusing on actual steps that you're taking in your journey. And just looking at the lighter side of things. Trying to find the humor in the everyday things. So when this comes out in your reading, it's going to indicate really needing to decide what is a want rather than a need. That's a really big message for some of you. So what is a want rather than a need? Okay? All right, last card is Four of Pentacles. This represents the beauty of divine order here. This is when you feel shaken up and really unable to understand things or your situation, just a feeling, a knowing, a certainty that divine order manifests in every aspect of your life. Also, really looking at what it is that you've built for yourself as far as solid foundations. If you are confident that you've built things for yourself on solid foundation, then there really truly is no reason for fear. Another thing as well that needs to be mentioned here is it's definitely going to represent that nothing in life is permanent. Nothing in the material world is permanent. Based on that, you'll likely find it very secure, a very secure feeling in knowing or understanding or just celebrating the existence of a divine plan. I'm very much hearing here in your reading that you are exactly where you're meant to be at this time, and that you always have support and abundance of support available to you. So basically, if you're living out of a space right now of fear of some kind, make sure that you're not holding on to a specific situation out of fear at this time. Really evaluate what it is that you're getting out of a specific situation at this time, and if it is really just overall fear of loss, fear of judgment, fear of abandonment, fear of whatever the fill in the blank fear is for you. That's a really, really important thing to ask yourself, because where the overall energy of the blade came out, these are questions right now that are really, really important and are coming up in your everyday life. And like I said, these are the seeds that you're planting now that are either going to bring you an abundant harvest in the days, months, weeks, years to come, or not. So it 100% is your choice. All right, so that is the end of your reading, Libra. I think what I'm going to do, excuse me, I think I'm going to select one additional card. This will be just an inspirational message. So I think what I'll do from now on is end the readings with an inspirational message of some kind. Spirit, what message can you send forward for Libra? What additional message would you like to have come forward for our Libra friends? Any second now. I don't try to force it. It has to be authentic. There it is. Okay, it says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Isn't that just exactly everything that I mentioned during this reading? Let me read it again. It says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So this is where you're headed, basically, if you choose. It's always a choice. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it truly is. We all have free will at the end of the day. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. I would like to thank each and every one of you who have watched, listened to each of these videos. I very much enjoy taking the time out to do them, so I will continue on a weekly basis to do these videos. It's something that I personally get a lot out of for myself. So just being able to share them really is something that's very special to me. So if you are interested in coming back from week to week, please go ahead, click on like and subscribe.